Gonna clear Mayato. Not gonna go low. He's gonna try and fake the 48. Strafato using the inside lane. Mayato now up half a group. The second position looks for his first race. Then hard contact. Mayato up in the air, up on the hood, on top of the Geico machine. All over his back bumper. Gonna have to be very tactical with his moves. Oh, and hard under braking. Strafato nearly locked it up there. St. Bear's big slide out of turn number 1. Here comes Simard, Kevin Cornelius. They're going to make a charge in the third lane. Is it too little, too late? Are they going to have the run out of turn number 4? Mark Emerson down low. They're all going to wreck. Dennis Faircloth in the lead right now. Here comes Nick Gardner. Hello and welcome to the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series Chase for the Championship. Live tonight from Watkins Glen International, the VSPEED Garage 100 at the Glen. I'm joined up here in the booth by Alec Martinez and Luke Knupp. Guys, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's a little radio style action, so I'm excited. It's a little different setup of what we have than normal, but it's a road course. It's Watkins Glen. Personally, my favorite road course that we go to, or that NASCAR goes to every year out of, I think, the 5 or 6 that they go to now these days. So, but man, I am looking forward to this race. These guys are going to be going crazy. They're going to be going at it. And we know with these next-gen cars that you can get a little physical with them, but it's the chase as well, so a little extra pressure on these guys and being able to perform here and seeing which guys can come out up on top here this weekend.
Yeah, and for sure, these cars handle a whole lot different than the Gen 6 Cup cars did here. So, like Alex said, one of the best tracks that NASCAR goes to all season long, and actually, I think the only road course this season that the drivers are going to. So, like you said, they're in the chase, so a little bit more pressure on them. But right now, Ben Bafford leads the way.
Yeah, Bafford fastest in the practice session here at Watkins Glen. This track in the Finger Lakes region of New York State, a beautiful area. It's my home track, and I'm very excited to here for the broadcast tonight. And like said, Alec, this is a radio-style broadcast tonight. So the three of us up in the booth will take different sections of the racetrack, and going to be a little bit more old school, kind of like what they've started to do as well on NBC. Fun way to watch the race. 40 laps is going to be the distance here, just under 100 miles. This is race 15 of 20. Chase race number 3. Let's take a look at the points as they enter into tonight's event. See Zach Carr, his 5th win of the season, coming last week in dominant fashion, extending his points lead. Seth Hatchell jumps up to 2nd in the standings. AJ Strafato drops a spot there. Angelo Ronas, Keith Mayato, and Eric Hutton making up the top 6. The rest of the top 12 guys slowly falling out of contention for the championship. Zach Carr is just on a roll so far in this chase.
I mean, he has, and he got off to this roll, I believe, last year where I think he won. I think he might have won the first race of the chase. Again, he came close to Daytona, but then last week at Las Vegas, absolutely dominated, won in dominating fashion, leading I think over 100 laps. So he did a phenomenal job there last week at Las Vegas. So I'm now looking forward to seeing. Obviously, Zach's probably the favorite coming into this race, a really, really good road course racer. So I think he's going to be the guy to beat here tonight as well. So he could be going for back-to-back and trying to build that points gap. But obviously behind him, Seth Hatchell, the man who's won the last 2 championships. He's always going to find a way to be fast here and be good. So I'm curious to see what he's going to be able to do, if he can kind of stay with Zach Carr, or if he can gain some points on Zach Carr here at Watkins. Last year, there was a wreck on lap 1. That took out a lot of heavy hitters, so it's always possible. Anything can happen here, and anything can happen at any racetrack. And points, you've got to keep it clean here as we're closing down to the end of this season.
Yeah, looking on board here with Chris Simard, who was on the pole in qualifying last season at this race. See what he's able to do here on his flyer. Only 1 qualifying lap for these guys, so you've only got 1 shot. If you go off track, get a tire off the racing surface, that lap's not going to count.
Camel. He almost spins in the carousel.
That
The
is gonna-
guys trying to do their best to put a lap down right now. Bafford's on a flyer.
Yeah, Bafford fastest in practice. We'll see if he can follow it up here in qualifying. Here comes Simard. I think will be the first one across the line.
13-1.
Solid lap. We were seeing in the 112s during practice, but probably going to be a bit more conservative here. Safe there is a
Ooh, bad lap.
116.8. Trying to get one in probably.
I think another one as well is cold tires. Everybody's laps might have been 2 or 3 laps in. It takes a while for these tires to heat up. But oh man, Keith Mayato with an absolute flyer, a 111.7, almost just 2 seconds faster, about 1.1 seconds faster. Oh my gosh.
That was 3/10 faster than his qual lap time, or his practice lap time. So
Yeah,
he is on it.
Speed. Then another thing, Hutton up to second here. I think another big thing that we, with these next gen cars, we saw at Coda, 5
Bafford
gears.
second.
5 gears in these cars. So, looking at feeling the setup out, it didn't seem like you needed all 5 to do anything. But I'm not sure. Oh, Zach Carr dropped due to, I think he had a connection loss.
Oh,
Oh, nothing like making this race a little more
here comes
entertaining.
Strafato. Let's see what he puts down. 12.5 goes
Third.
P3. Wow, no one on Keith Mayato's level right now.
Yeah, Keith Mayato way out ahead of the field here, and let me tell you, he is I don't know if anybody's gonna beat that lap. That is a heck of a lap there, and yeah, that's I think there's a bonus point for the pole, right?
There is. If you get the pole, you get that extra bonus point. Mayato pretty far down behind Zach Carr, but he can start to gather those points, maybe make a run at it here. Still plenty of races left to go for it if Zach Carr has any kind of problem. But who else is out there? Just Jeremiah Vincent. Oh, big lock up there into turn 1, able to hang on to it.
Yeah,
Did that give him an X though?
I think he had already gotten one before that, so I don't think that lap counted. But Ronis jumps up to 7th on the board. Big thing here as well that we see in real life. iRacing kind of doesn't want you to do that, but in a league, I'm not sure if we have an if this league has an off-track limits. But I'm going to expect these guys to be using a lot of track. You know, the NASCAR standard of if there's track, use it. And I think we're going to really see that coming out of the carousel and then out of turn 1. Guys hopping over that curb and then bringing it back down onto the racetrack, normal racing surface. We see the Cup guys and Xfinity guys use that a lot of track limits here, and obviously it's not like F1 where you got to keep it between the curbs. You know, if there's track, use it.
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed, and I think we are going to see a lot of that, especially side-by-side racing. You know, trying to make passes. Got to use every inch of racetrack you can. Jeremiah Vincent coming around to complete his lap. We'll see if it counts or not. But everybody else electing to not take a time, and it looks like Jeremiah with a 154, but not going to count. So 10 drivers taking a lap time, and in the drivers' meeting now, we are going to cut to commercial break and be right back.
Welcome to VSPEED, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing with specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors.
Shot at it, I think, and right now Strafato with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between first and second going into turn 1. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
Jim, these two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey.
All right, back at the racetrack now. Going to be going through our starting grid for tonight's race from Watkins Glen. Rolling off from the pole, it is going to be Keith Mayato, the number 36 V machine with a 111.7, a great lap time for him. He'll roll off from that top starting spot. Who's outside here? It'll be Ben Bafford starting from second position, rolling off in third. It'll be AJ Stravato. Fourth is Eric Hutton. Fifth is going to be Seth Hatchell. Chris Simard, his teammate, starting in the sixth position. Rolling off from 7th, it'll be Angelo Ronas. Starting in 8th, Reggie Ortega. Starting in 9th, Kyle Mcgarvey with a good lap time. And Safe Ferris will be rounding out the top 10.
Starting in 11th, Zach Carr, who's been saying he's having some computer issues, so gonna be something he's gonna have to deal with. Starting mid-pack is the fair. He'll be rolling off 11th. Dallas Sullivan will be starting 12th. Dennis Faircloth will be starting 13th. Cody Atkins 14th. Nick Starling 15th. Jeremiah Vincent 16th. Timmy Emanuele 17th. Eric Lambert 18th. Kevin Mcgarvey in 19th, and Zach Smith will be in 20th.
Then we got Kenny Bishop in 21st, Ryan Gemmel 22nd, and rounding out the field, Robert Gilmore in 23rd.
A good-sized field here from Watkins Glen, and I believe we're going to be dialing up Keith Mayato. Luke, you're with him?
Hey Keith, it's the VSPEED boys up in the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
So you just went out there, qualified first by a strong amount. How you feeling for tonight?
Feeling pretty good right now. We'll see how the long, the long race pace is going to do. I'm not sure if I'll hold up, but hopefully I'll be on top at the end.
And for, well, I know this race is probably going to be crazy, so wish you the best of luck and good luck.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
How about it? All right. So, like I said, it's radio style, a little different than what we normally do. We're covering around here, coming to the green from what is this? Off of turn 7, down into turn 2. I will have that. Luke over here, Canup, he will have up to the S's and through the bus stop, and then Adam will have the carousel on until turn 7. So, hope you guys enjoy the broadcast tonight. These boys are going to put on a heck of a show, and I'm looking forward to this. Who's our picks?
I'm going to go first. Oh, never mind. You go, Adam. You go. You beat me there.
Yeah, I will say, Keith Maiato is my pick. I've seen him run really well here and always a good road course racer, so he's my pick starting up front.
All right. And I'm going to go to the outside pole sitter here. Picked him in the All-Star race, and he almost got it done, so hoping one spot better than he's starting right now, Ben Bafford.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He was really fast here last year, and I was able to race him, and I think he's gonna be pretty good tonight. I think Chris Simard is gonna bring her home a winner, get that second win of the season.
Very, very possible.
It is possible, but we're gonna have to find out if any of our picks are gonna hold up. Radio style broadcast, the VSPEED Garage 100 pace car. She's going to bring it and make a hard right turn into pit road. Keith Maiato, Ben Bafford, front row, into turn 1. Green flag is out, and we're underway from Watkins Glen. Into turn 1 already. Guys stacking up into 1 here. Maiato able to beat Bafford through the corner, up and now down to the straightaway. Into turn 2, up to Luke Canup.
Maiato going through the S's first lap here. They're single file through the top 4 already. Bafford chasing him down with AJ Strafato right behind him. Eric Cutton in P4 and Seth Hatchell rounding out the top 5. Already a little gapped out here in the top 3 as we head into the bus stop for the first time. Bafford really drives it in deep there. Gains at least 10 car lengths there as we head off to Adam.
Yeah, all single file as they make their way down into the carousel. Maiato by 6/10 over Ben Bafford. Stravato starting to close up to that second place position, and Hutton losing a little ground there on the entrance of the carousel. Hatchell behind him, and off the racing surface there, Angelo Ronas going wide. Here comes Simard charging behind him. Down the straightaway into turn number 6. It's still Maiato by about 0.8 of a second into turn number 7. Back towards the start-finish line. Alec, take it away.
It's there. Keith Maiato's going to come off of turn 7. He is going to lead lap 1 and add another bonus point to already the points that he's gained from getting the pole. He's got about a second lead over Ben Bafford. AJ Stravato follows in third. Behind AJ Stravato's the 88 of Eric Hutton. Seth Hatchell will be in 5th. And now up into the S's for the second time tonight.
Yeah, we got Keith Maiato still out here pulling a little bit of gap on Ben Bafford right now. He is looking really strong like we talked to him pre-race. He felt really good with his speed, but didn't know how the race would play out. As so far, all single file. Looks like we had a little bit of a spinner in turn 1 there that lap, but through the bus stop one more time as we head off to Adam.
Yeah, Maiato still 0.8 up the road from the number 23 machine. That driver at the back of the field that lost control, that was Zach Smith. We've got a bit of battling in the midfield here as they work out at the bus stop as well. But everybody clear and on their way there. Maiato still streaking down the backstretch here. Out in front, 0.8 into turn 6. The top 4 have started to break away from Hatchell, who holds the 5th position over Angelo Ronas, and Chris Simard right there in tow.
As Maiato leads once again off of turn 7, he'll lead another lap, but already up on the charge, Zach Carr, that number 27, he dives underneath Reggie Ortega down to the inside. He looks now, can't get the run off now. Can he dive it in? Go a little bit harder, dives it into turn 1. Is he going to be able to clear Reggie Ortega into the corner? Ortega going to concede the spot there. Looks like, oh man, Ortega loose off the corner. Ferry slicks under him as they'll go up through the S's.
I was still looking back here at Zach Carr right now. He is really on the move. Already up 3 spots up to 8th place. He already has that 1 win right now at Las Vegas last week after a dominating win I think he's got close to 5 or 6 wins. I'm not too sure, but as they head into the bus stop here.
Carr moving forward. Safe Ferris did get into the back bumper, the two machine of Reggie Ortega. There's damage on both of those cars. Ortega a little off the racetrack. Yeah, there goes the 44 right on through into the carousel. He'll take the 9th position away. Mayato still out in front, extending the gap now. 4 more car lengths into turn number 6. But definitely eyes on that 27 car farther back, making his way forward. Chris Simard, the next car in line for him.
Another spinner there. Kevin Mcgarvey.
And Mcgarvey around.
Spun. And now off of turn 7, it looks like Reggie Ortega and Safe Ferry still battling for that 9th position down into turn 1. Mayato leads him, but now for the 9th position, Ferry's able to hold on and keep Ortega in front of him. Ortega peeks the nose down to the inside. He's there now, looks underneath the 44. The 44 locks up the tires. He'll go wide. Now Ortega's going to take the 9th position going into the S's.
Very good battle right now between Safe and Reggie right now. They are two strong and fierce competitors, really showing some pace right now as they're battling hard right down the straightaway towards the bus stop. See a lot more battles here tonight, but already pretty stretched out. But it's definitely going to come down to the least amount of mistakes tonight, and right now Keith Matta is doing just that right now.
Yeah, Mayato about a second out in front, but Bafford is starting to chip away into that race lead. He was 0.3 slower the previous lap, but this time around, he's about a 10th up the road from where he was before. Strafato right there behind him, not really gaining or losing much. And Hutton has lost a little bit off the back bumper of the 33 as they make their way onto the front stretch to start lap number 5.
Mayato comfortably ahead here, about a second gap. Maybe trying to ease those tires up a little bit. Again, caution going to be coming out, I believe, at lap 12. So these guys trying to get a feel for their setup, maybe pushing these tires a little harder than they will when we have the next run, which will be about 28 or so laps. I don't know if they'll be able to make it on fuel, but now the battle for 6th starting to heat up. Zach Carr starting to run down that 37 of Chris Simard.
Yeah, Zachary Carr still on it right now. He is running through the field like crazy, setting the fastest lap time right now with a 1:12.5, 5/10 faster than race leader Keith Mayato, but definitely one to look out for after that competition caution at lap 12.
Yeah, and he gets the nose right up behind the 37 V-Speed Chevy Camaro, and Simard, big wiggle. He's going to go off the track just a little bit there at the exit of the bus stop. The 27, he'll slide right on through up to 7th position. So continuing to march forward there is Zach Carr. Angelo Rona's starting to put some pressure on Seth Hatchell, but loses a little ground here into turn number 6. Hatchell still strongly in 5th. Top 4 have gotten away from those drivers. Remains to be seen if anybody can get up there and challenge them.
Yes, sir. Eric Hutton starting to reel in a little bit of AJ Strafato there, but like you said, Angelo Rona starting to pressure the 8 of Seth Hatchell, but Hatchell starting to build that gap up a little bit more as they go into turn 1. And behind them in the 7th position is that Creative Hemp number 27 Chevy Camaro, Zach Carr, with a 1:12.483, about a half second faster than the 8 and the 22 that are ahead of him.
Yeah, like you said, Zach Carr still, I think we're going to be talking about him the whole night, as Reggie Ortega with a spin in the wall. But hopefully he can get that thing back going. Looks like he's got a lot of front damage.
Oh no!
Right in front of the field.
See what happened here.
Yeah, we'll look at the replay here. Just gets over the curb, gets loose. Oh, back right into the wall. Bummer for that number 2. He was looking good. I think he was just trying to take care of his equipment before that competition caution, but now I think his race is pretty much over.
He'll have an opportunity to get that fixed, yeah, around lap 12, but Mayato, his lead starting to shrink even more. Bafford closing in. Maybe that 23 was saving his stuff early on. I don't really know. Not usually his style to do that, but he is marching towards the front, and like you said, Hutton closing in on Strafato as well.
Tires starting to come into play here. Ben Bafford, not, one of those guys that, like you said, likes to push his tires, but you can see he's starting to get a lot of time on Keith Mayato. Matter of fact, he just turned about a 10th of the lap fast. You can see uses the runoff, trying to run down that 36. Maybe the 36 trying to back off the pace a little bit. Behind them, they're all single filed out. It looks like Mayato's going to lead into the S's.
Yeah, I don't think any of these guys are giving an inch right now. They know it's a little bit of a 12-lap sprint to that competition caution, and then they'll get that second set of tires and then try to start saving, because they know if there's not a caution after that, and they have a 28-lap run, which will probably include green flag pit stops, So definitely got to take care of their equipment after that. But right now, I think it's all sprint.
Yeah, and it is all Mayato so far. He's led every single lap. Bafford closing in. Big slide out of the carousel right there. Hangs on to it. And the 23 still trying to close that gap. Everybody single file all the way back to Chris Simard in 8th. Behind him, Safe Ferris in the 9th position is basically on an island here. He's got 4 seconds in front of him and 4 seconds behind him. And next one in line, Kyle Mcgarvey into the top 10.
Great run by Kyle Mcgarvey, but up at the top 5, Seth Hatchell, Angelo Ronis. Ronis loses a little speed off of that corner, maybe getting the back end 2 yard out. He was starting to close up on the back of that 8 VSPEED Chevrolet Camaro, but behind him, behind Angelo Ronis, is that Creative Hemp 27. That 27 is hauling the mail, another half second faster than his teammate as they go up through the S's.
Again, consistently, Zach Carr has been the fastest car on track when he's not in traffic, and right now he is doing just that, setting the fastest lap out of all the drivers that last lap. So he is pushing real hard, try to get as much track position he can before that competition caution, but he is definitely closing up time. Got 3/10 on the 2 guys ahead of him as he makes another charge right there. Oh, around goes Haranet. He saves it. Good save. Another position for Zach Carr.
And that might give another spot to Simard as well. They're going to be nose to tail here, exiting the carousel. Oh, and the 22, his tire's super hot right now, trying to get that thing back up to speed and through the gears. He'll lose the 7th position to Simard, who goes on through into turn number 6. Looking back a little bit farther, Ryan Gemmel, one of our chase drivers, he's battling it out between Cody Adkins and Dennis Faircloth. Faircloth, another driver who's surprisingly pretty skilled at these road courses, having a solid top 15 run. We're probably going to be looking for more here.
Big mover of the race was Ryan Gemmel there in that number 6 VSPEED Camaro. He's about to pass the 81 of Cody Atkins. So far, I believe Gemmel started in the 20th position, already up 7 spots. Doesn't peek the nose going into 1, but behind him, Dennis Faircloth. Oh, Atkins locks up, goes wide off the corner, and Gemmel and Faircloth going to easily pick off positions, and Gemmel goes up to 12th, Faircloth up to 13th, up the S's.
And I believe Gemmel actually started 22nd because now he is up to 12th on track, 10 positions gained. What do we miss?
Atkins just spun into the guardrail, a lot of heavy left side damage, and now. So yeah, Vincent's gonna go underneath him, but Atkins hard hit into the, I believe that's the right side guardrail.
That is a bummer. It just went from bad to worse for Cody Atkins right there.
Yeah, losing a lot of ground quickly, and he'll fall all the way back to 15th up the road. No real battles to speak of, but Simard and Ronis, they're the closest fight here, 7th and 8th position. Safe Ferris goes wide off of turn number 6, but he's actually closing up a lot of ground to those 2 in front of him. We'll see what he can do. Another very skilled road course racer, won here before.
You're right, Safe did win here a few, I believe he won a few seasons ago. And at the front now, Ronis trying to, after that costume mistake, getting loose and about half spinning in the bus stop. He's trying to run down Chris Simard here up the S's, but those tires starting to hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. That 22 was doing very good right there in front of Zach Carr there in that 6th position, but had that little slide. Zach Carr getting very lucky there at the right place at the right time, and Angelo Horonis with a great save as they go back into the bus stop as he's gaining a little bit more time on Simard.
Yeah, further up the road, Zach Carr, who was able to avoid the 22, he's now closed up to Seth Hatchell. That gap just 5 car lengths. That'll be for 5th position. That would be 6 spots gained for the 27 as he continues to drive forward. Fastest car on the racetrack by over a half second that time. Mayato and Bafford, the next closest in terms of speed, and they're basically mirroring 113.1s. That car with a 112.5 that time around.
Yes, Zach Carr setting a blazing pace already, but now behind them in about the 10th position, going through turn 6, coming into turn 7. Looks like Ryan Gemmel starting to make more spots, about to crack the top 10 as he's riding behind that 42 of Kyle Mcgarvey, and now Mcgarvey able to pull away from him down the straightaway. Behind Ryan Gemmel is Dallas Sullivan in that beautiful number 46 NASCAR Racing throwback into turn 1. Gemmel, oh, he's able to get the nose in there. Looks like Mcgarvey slips up. Gemmel trying to beat him back to the gas, looks under him, and now under him up to the S's, takes the spot.
Gemmel with his 12th pass of the race, he makes his way into the top 10 from 22nd. he is definitely one to watch here later in this race. He is on the move. But looks like next lap they'll be coming in for that competition caution. Do you think anyone has saved maybe some tires to try to get some track position?
Yeah, not too sure if they're gonna stay out here. I think tires are gonna be pretty valuable. There's been some fall off for the leaders, especially. We just saw a pass for position. Dennis Faircloth and Dallas Sullivan. These guys fighting for 10th place in the points, and that would be a big point of pride for both of them, who have had pretty much breakout seasons, contending in the chase and contending here tonight for a top 15 finish. Dennis starting to move forward. Looking at the back bumper of that 42 machine as big wiggle out of turn 6 into turn 7. Good battle back here.
Faircloth using using up all those Goodyear Eagle rubber that he's got in those rear tires. Halfway break here, halfway caution should be coming out here pretty soon. Maiato takes the halfway stripe, but Ben Bafford is close up.
Bafford is all over him right now. Wow, as he was 7/10 back at the line, and now he's close to 3 car lengths behind him. Do you think? I wonder if he can drive it in and try to get this lead before the competition caution.
As they work out of the carousel, 36 in Maiato. He's got some pressure now. It's 3/10 into turn number 6. As long as he gets through here smoothly and hits his marks, I don't think Bafford can make a move really in these corners. As good turn 6 there actually extends it by a half car length. And into turn 7, coming back to the stripe here. Maiato looks like he'll be out in front at the competition yellow, and there it is.
And Zach Carr actually just cracked his way into the top 5, getting around Seth Hatchell.
Boy.
Heavy hitters at the front, yeah.
It's gonna make it interesting.
Yeah, this might be a 3-car race for the lead.
3-car horse.
I
know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
3-horse race, but totally biffed that one.
That's
in the
all
great
right.
words of Travis Brown, it was a three-horse pony show at the dog races, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. It's
Totally
there's a
biffed that one.
classic mistake by David Schildhouse back on the early days of Podium. Hand shoes and horse grenades.
Shoes and horse grenades.
Yeah,
yes.
that one, good one. Remember that one pretty vividly. It's been a good race so far, though. Those guys up in the top 5, definitely quicker than everybody. I mean, they're fighting pretty good in the midfield.
Yeah, pit stops are going to be a big thing here. I can tell you that. Looking at what we've been able to see here, we've seen pit stops be very, very important as Cody Atkins locks up in the back. But it's going to be obviously big for somebody that like Angelo Ronas, who got into the grass and spun. Get some fresh tires up on there. I don't know if anybody's going to be daring enough to stay out. And another big thing is, how is fuel going to be looking for these guys? I don't know if they're going to be able to or if they're going to pit this next run. With the way the stage is, they should be able to do 28 laps. If not, they'll be cutting it really close, and we might see pit stops. But Zach Carr, I'm telling you, he's going to be giving these Maiato, Bafford, Strafato, and Hutton a hard time. And if he could just jump 1 or 2 of these guys up here in the top 5 and get himself in even a better position.
I think he actually heard us on the broadcast, not pick him for the win.
Yeah,
so
probably.
I think he's trying to show us up and be like, hey guys, I may have come from 11th, but I'm going to be there at the end as they come down into pit lane. Keith Maiato gets a little bit of a gap, but Ben Bafford closes it up. Let's see what we can do here.
Coming down to the cruise here.
And
remember, Maiato's, he's got that first stall, so he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, something a little different about this place, though. They have to pull to the right, get into their boxes, and that's always a little tricky. You're not used to doing that really anywhere else.
Stays out.
And the brakes not as well in this thing as the old Cup car, so definitely got to be mindful of that.
Oh, Maiato overshot his spot!
A lot of drivers. Hutton.
Simard.
Oh
man,
my goodness.
Zach Carr is going to be in a good spot. I think Ben Bafford should be able to cycle out to the lead as they're jacking up the right side. Jack comes down on Zach Carr. Bafford I think
wins the race.
Carr stalled off of the pit road.
Oh boy, he's going to lose a bunch of ground. He's lost a lot of positions all the way outside the top 10.
Not even close to being able to get. It looked like he wasn't able to roll as soon as they dropped the jack. A lot of pit stop issues. Safe Ferries is going to gain a lot of spots out of that. Ben Bafford gets to the lead, and Angelo Ronas goes up to 4th place here. pit stops, let me tell you, they
I
Mean
was
a lot.
I was actually just gonna ask if we should dial them up, but now
probably-
I don't think that's the smartest idea.
yeah. Well, this is TV. We should probably go to a commercial break here, obviously, because I
Yeah.
think we're going green in the end. So, little commercial break, and we'll be right back for the restart here. Timmy Emanuele is your leader.
Simulators Anonymous is an online gaming community. The heart of this community is playing simulator-style games, everything from driving, farming, flying to the occasional survival game. We would love for you to join us. If you play these style of games, or if you're just looking for a great community, we strive to be a community you can be an active participant in by offering events like every third Saturday night is a late night trucking on Truckers MP. We have a very own Minecraft server and with other servers starting soon. Come join Simulators Anonymous today at www.simulatorsanonymous.com.
Right, and back at the racetrack now, Watkins Glen, the VSPEED Garage 100 in the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series. We do want to thank you for joining us. Just coming off of the competition caution here, it is going to be Ben Bafford, your race leader. Keith Maotto is going to be to his outside on this restart. Then AJ Strafato, Angelo Ronas, Seth Hatchell, Ryan Gemmel, 2 and 3. We're going to switch things up a little bit here for this next portion of the race. No more, no more radio style for the rest of the race, but pretty exciting stuff now that Zach Carr has a little bit of work to do, and some of these other guys with bad pit stops going to be working their way back forward.
We were
just got picked up in the golf cart, and we're back in the booth with Alec now. So
heck yeah,
glad to be back. I think
warm in here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, it's pretty good in here. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little breezy outside here, but it's all good. It's beautiful. I know, Adam, you're pretty close here. Hometown's pretty close here, so it's pretty nice out here. I want to go see this track in real life, but yeah. But we're talking to the break real quick before we go green. Shout out to Ryan Gemmel, 22nd. He's already in 6th. He's passing a lot of cars. Can he get himself up all the way to the front here as we're coming to the restart?
I have some work to do. It'll be Ben Bafford with control over this restart. Maotto alongside. And off and away, back under green here from Watkins Glen. Great jump for the 23. Trying to get over to the left side. Yeah, and Travato.
Oh! Maotto! What a save!
I cannot.
Gonna get underneath him.
I cannot believe he didn't wreck right there. That was so close to going around.
Yeah, but we didn't kill Ben.
That too. Yeah, Ronas up to 3rd.
I'm surprised he made the move to not hit Ben, but I think he felt bad after the All-Star race, so don't want to do it again.
At the front, though, let me tell you, Ben Bafford starting to make a little bit of gap, but AJ Stravato, the Italian stallion, up in 2nd. Angelo Ronas, a great comeback. Dennis Faircloth underneath Kyle Mcgarvey. He'll pass him side by side with Vincent and Ortega in the bus the bus stop, I think.
Yes.
And Starling and Atkins, but at the front, man, AJ Stravato starting to put some pressure on that 23.
AJ, no slouch at these road course races. He used to be the ringer here in this league before Zach Carr and Keith Maotto showed up. He would win them all by a huge margin, and he's putting pressure on Ben Bafford, who's kind of come from nowhere to have really good speed tonight. I mean, he's had good speed all season.
Yeah, I didn't think he was much of a road racer until today, man.
Yeah, right, that's what we were talking about pre-race. I was like, I did not think Ben was this good of a road course racer, but he is really putting it in right now, and got about a half a second lead right now over I think his teammate.
His teammate,
AJ
yeah.
Strafato.
Yeah. No offense to Ben, but yeah, he's a pretty good overdriver. But surprises to people here on the road course. But in the middle of the pack here, that championship battle we talk about between Zach Carr. Oh, Gibble's into the grass, into the inside wall.
That
Gibble
is
just got loose there.
Yeah, a lot of track position going to be lost.
Simard,
Simard
and Carr.
and Carr make contact.
Simard
hard to the inside wall.
Oh my
man.
goodness. Let's go. We'll take a look here at what happened in the bus stop. We'll go back to Gemmel in just a few moments. The 37, yes, Simard into the bus stop. Oh, just missed it, and then lost control, and then Zach Carr.
Oh, he went through the grass there and off a Hut.
Gemmel. Or, no, Hutton.
Ooh, big hit for Hutton. Yeah, that is unfortunate. A lot of
Big
damage.
to both of those cars.
Yeah, let's go to Gemmel's mistake coming out of the S's. Back end. Oh, he got the curb a little. Back end gets light.
Light damage, though. I think that's a...
Great job keeping it out of the wall harder because he can.
Oh, and
hard hit.
Atkins.
Who's that?
Oh, Atkins.
Oh, yeah, he
Did
went
have the
around.
same mistake?
Oh, huge hit. Yeah.
Just hard on the gas.
Oh, they were checking up in front of him, too, though.
Ah.
Dallas may have had a problem there. Not sure exactly. Oh, yeah. Look at Dallas Sullivan. Look at that save.
What? Hold up. There's a... What? Timmy Emanuele's in the catch fence.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
See if we can find out what happened here.
He literally took flight, guys.
Oh.
Oh, man.
It's stuck into the catch fence.
Wow.
No
This is that
caution.
army paint scheme, man. He took flight.
He's camouflaging out here, let me tell you. But at the front now, back to, after all that, AJ Strafato starting to put a little more pressure on Ben Bafford. Angelo Ronis slowly creeping his way into third, but just sounds like AJ Strafato not liking the being in traffic. Sounds like the dirty air is kind of affecting him here. But he's going to have to prevail through it. I mean, this track is high speed. It does have a little aerodynamics do come into play here a little bit, so could be affecting him being in that air.
That last lap, Ford actually had a way bigger gap, but missed the bus stop. And luckily limited his damage and still came out with about a 4/10 lead, but definitely a big moment there for Bafford.
Yeah, looking
And now
back here.
for sixth Carr.
Yeah, Hutton, a big wiggle right there. Here comes Carr, gonna look driver's right, down into the bus stop, and looks like Eric's just
Hutton
give it
gives
to
it.
him. Yeah. He knows that 27's the fastest guy on the racetrack, but oh my gosh, a little wheel hopping right there for the 88. But able to hang on to it. Back in 7th position. Still a solid night. He's had a good chase run so far as well.
Yeah.
A couple top 5s to open things up, along with Zach Carr, who's also had a lot of success here early on. But AJ Strafato, this is an opportunity tonight to gain at least a handful of points. And Seth Hatchell as well, currently a spot up the road from the 27 image there.
Well, the big key for AJ Strafato here is that 23. That 23 is not a championship contender. He's a key. That's the one thing with NASCAR in any sort of chase or playoff format. There are guys that are competing that aren't a part of it, and Ben Bafford right now is spoiling the party a little bit for AJ Strafato. AJ Stravato's not going to get max points if he's going to finish behind this 23. But another big question as well, Zach Carr, he's got a little bit of a clear track ahead. His competitor is right ahead of him, Seth Hatchell, and I know Seth Hatchell is not going to give that spot up easy, but he's got about 5 seconds to make up. Bafford is setting a pretty good pace right now.
Yeah, actually faster than... Well, actually, really the top 4 all running pretty close in terms of lap time, and then Zach Carr right there as well. Hatchell about 0.8 off the leader's time, so he is definitely not quite up to their pace, but still one of the fastest guys out here other than those drivers. So Hatchell no slouch, but maybe not quite on the same level on these road courses, but still a solid top 5 run.
Yeah, and actually I was talking to the drivers during the pit stops, and Ben Bafford brought up a huge point. Drivers are actually getting damaged on the curbs and through the bus stop. You know,
Underbody.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of damage to that diffuser could be changing handling to the car, and that is a big thing to look at later in the race. If that damage adds up, you never know what could happen.
You know, that's something that we didn't see really in the COTA race this year with these next-gen cars. As Luke was saying, that diffuser, we've seen where guys blow tires and the car gets stuck on it. But when you're using these curves, you can damage that diffuser, and these cars have a flat underbody. It could be damaging that underbody there if you use the curve in a wrong way, and that's definitely something to be looked at. Going on through this race, you don't want to use too much, maybe. I think that could be a good thing. I think the big one is going into the bus stop. The first curve into the bus stop probably doesn't help it as much, because that is a huge, huge curb.
Yeah, and I think they have about all 4 tires off the ground sometimes if they take the whole curve, which Bafford has been. So I think I've heard Bafford say he had about 2 to 3 seconds of optional damage there. So I don't know if he took it, but might be something to look at later in the race.
Yeah, I don't even know how you fix that damage on these cars. You got to jack it up, get under there with some tape. I don't know what you do.
Yeah, Carr. Oh, Carr got loose. I don't know if he hit the wall there.
That little damage on the left rear.
Yeah, he did. He got right up behind. Yeah, look at that. Looks. Yeah.
Oh.
That
Wow.
Again, another one of those air things we've seen. I don't know if you guys, anybody was watching practice at Darlington. You get it's like an arrow tight, but then it turns into an arrow loose really, really quick with these next gen cars. Something that's different. I tell you, that is something I was not expecting to see on this road course, but this road course is very fast. Aero does play a little bit of a role here, but now damage to Zach Carr, that is something that's going to even hurt his any bit of chance of trying to catch Ben Bafford here.
Ooh, up the hill a little bit for Angelo Ronas, able to hang on to it, but he's getting pressure from Mayato, who's been closing in just a little bit every lap. Third position, that could be crucial, and that'll help with the air situation on the 36. He does get by, he could get up there and challenge for the.
But I
Bafford's
think
opened up about a second lead now.
I think that 36 is a little hurt. He had that lockup in the turn 1, and I think it really hurt his tires on the front because they are so much different than the past. You don't want to lock up.
Here he goes.
He locked up, and there goes the pass. He makes it stick on Hronis there. Now he can try to put in a charge. He cooled those tires down. Let's see if he can go get the Italian Stallion, AJ Strafato.
I think it's possible here. He has led the most laps here, but Bafford's slowly trying to close in and eat into that gap. But the battle for fifth, Zach Carr starting to get a little more ground up on Seth Hatchell here. Hatchell just doesn't seem to have the pace that Carr does. Carr about 2/10 faster that lap. And now as going to the bus stop here, can Hatchell try to hold off Zach Carr? And if we get pit stops, Carr uses a ton of curb there. And look at all that gain. Look at the amount of ground he gained there.
Well,
Yeah, but
I think he's got to do everything he can. He's got a little bit of left side damage.
Oh,
so, he's
Yes, again. You see that right there again? Get into that arrow. Just get into that wake of that 8 car. You just can't see to get the gas.
Safe Ferris. Big slide. I think he caught the wall pretty hard on the right side. Let's take a look here.
Broken?
Oh yeah, he did. Oh
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Toe link is
huge.
broken on that 41 machine.
Yeah, he is
44 machine.
sliding around a lot more. Yeah, that toe link might be broken on that rear end.
Looks like he might be pulling it on
Bring
to.
it down to pit road. Yeah, toe link is broken. Probably the right rear, I would assume. Hard contact, and these guardrails are not soft by any means. So, and they're shaped in a weird way where you can easily break something if you hit the wall a little too hard. Yeah, starting to get a little more spread out here. Bafford, he's starting to open up a pretty healthy lead.
Oh, big slide from Hatchell. He catches the grass out of the S's.
And Carr's going to be able to try to pounce here. Look at the brakes on that 27 car. Closes up to the back. Oh, Carr gets loose.
And he is pushing
What a
so
save.
hard to the point of potentially wrecking that race car. Here comes Hutton.
Now Hutton's going to fight him here. Carr, those tires are definitely hurt after all the slides he's been through here. Eric Hutton's going to be looking now. Where does Hutton try to stick the nose underneath to driver's left? Peaks, not going to do enough there. Carr able to hold off for the position into 6.
Carr just came over the radio. He is not happy with himself, as that's a few mistakes and a few laps. Let's see if he can calm down and
Oh, man.
Man, yeah.
cool those tires
uncharacteristic.
down. and
Oh.
see what he can do. Oh, he is a furious driver right now.
He is not happy right now. Eric Hutton's going to take the 6th position. Very uncharacteristic of Zach Carr there, making mistakes on what you consider his best tracks. But I can tell you, Zach Carr, he's a fighter. He's going to try to find ways to get back up there. But right now, he is a little frustrated, a little hot under the collar there. And, you know, sometimes you get too aggravated and you start making really big mistakes. I've had it happen many times, and I'm sure we've all had it happen. You don't want to make big mistakes, and especially in a high-pressured race like this.
Yeah, I think maybe he's seeing an opportunity to really secure the championship with a good finish or a win here tonight. He could really extend that points lead to make it difficult for the drivers to catch him. But he's seeing that opportunity kind of slip away. AJ Strafato, you know, about 7.5 seconds up the road, looking like he's going to gain quite a few points. Hatchell as well going to gain a couple on possibly.
Another big thing as well is how good is the are we going to pit? Are they going to be good on fuel? We got about 15 laps to go. This is going to be about a 24, 23-ish lap run. I think they should be good, so it's all about tires here. The question is, who's going to save the best tires? Is Bafford obviously being out in clean air all by himself? He seems like he's keeping a decent pace and keeping the tires under him. Adrian Strafato, is he saving, getting himself a gap away from that air and trying to build him, maybe save for those last 6 or 7 laps to start pushing and making a charge towards Bafford? But again, next week is Chicagoland. Again, Zach Carr was really fast at Las Vegas. Chicagoland is another track where you can kind of compare it, one of those cookie cutter 1.5 miles. Seth Hatchell is consistent, I'll tell you. Very consistent. 2-time champion, 2 years in a row. Can he make it 3? I guess pretty soon we're gonna be talking about the drive for 5 here for Seth Hatchell.
Yeah, he still has the best average finish of anybody out there. 5.7 average finish. Yeah, even Ben Bafford, he's lost a few positions for average finish. He's at 8.8, which is second best of the drivers outside of the chase, but also Zach Carr, AJ Strafato. Oh, Hatchell losing the back end though.
Oh no!
Oh, right in front of Zach Carr. And Carr was.
Oh, Hatchell's got to be careful backing up.
Is this strategy by Zach Carr?
This is, but oh man, Seth Hatchell's in a big side. He's got to reverse. He's got to be careful though. He's got to get it going again. He does big mistake by Seth Hatchell. He doesn't bring it into the pits. A huge mistake. It's just as we were talking about him because, yeah, commentators curse. Huge mistake by Seth Hatchell.
It looks like Simard is parked it on pit road along with Safe Ferris, Cody Adkins. They all have a ton of damage.
I'd love to see what happened to Hatchell.
Yeah, let's go back here. He just lost the back end, I think. That was basically all it was. He had a... Oh. Find where it all started here. Just gets down. Yeah, the back end steps out.
Lock the rear ends up there and tried to save it and got it
straightened out.
He's lucky to get beach it on that curb with that diffuser there, but good recovery. But man, a lot of track position loss. I think he lost about 6-7 spots. Interesting. Now Zach Carr has came into the pits. A big strategy move here. He's on cold tires. He's going to see him sliding around a little bit. Does that drag anybody else in, or is he just trying something a little different? Or do they have to pit? That could be another thing. But looking here, we got 12 laps to go. I don't see him pitting. I'm just curious to see where Zach Carr is going to be. Obviously, his tires were hurt a lot after spinning and, well, half spinning, sliding all over the place. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting strategy by Zach Carr here.
Yeah, he's racing it up with Dallas Sullivan, who is back here in now 16th. Zach Carr promoted to 15th. We'll see, though. I mean, these guys out in front don't look like they're giving any indication of coming to pit road. If they can make it, it'll be, you know, just positions lost, essentially, for Zach Carr. Might be able to get about 4 or 5 of them back. But either way, he's going to lose a bit of ground to AJ Strafato if these guys can make it.
That's true. If Carr's able to get all the positions, looking at where Dennis Faircloth is and Zach Carr is going into one, Faircloth going into the bus stop. Looking, like you said, maybe 3 or 4 positions are possible, but it'd be a overall net loss there. So I'm not sure. Maybe he's just trying to go for comfortability here, but it's going to cost him a few points if AJ Strafato is able to finish in second here or even win this race.
Big time loose right there out of the last turn. He needs to try to cool those 3 tires down now as he's got my auto right on him.
Yeah, Mayato, who has been closing in on those top two. Last time by 2/10 faster than Bafford, and a half second quicker than AJ Stravato. So Keith might be putting down the hot laps here at the right time. And those guys out in front might be using their stuff up a little bit too early on this long run.
Yeah, Keith's been the fastest car, I would say, but Bafford did slowly reel him in at the end of that competition caution that we had. It just looks like Stravato, he messed up off of turn 7 there, but Bafford, man, he is opening up about a second and a half gap. Goes a little wide there, but that's been the interesting thing. He goes a little bit wider in the carousel and arcs and diamonds the corner and is able to get a huge run down the straightaway here, going and taking that momentum into turn 6.
This is what I've been, noticing the past few laps is, Ben, he is, another time loose there. But Ben has been driving it in way less deep as Stravato, trying to get the power down earlier, and I think it's been paying off because Stravato's definitely been driving the crap out of that waste management machine, and I think it's starting to show as he is loose everywhere.
And Mayato behind him, big slide right there out of turn 1, but he is right on the bumper now as they work through the S's. Yeah, he's putting that pressure on, and AJ, I think, is feeling it. He's battled with Keith a lot, and I think he knows that once.
Some run-ins.
Yeah, they've had some run-ins, and he also knows though it's hard to hold back that 36 when he's this close to you.
Mayato does seem to like he has a little bit more pace, and I think Mayato's going to be a little impatient here, trying to get by AJ Stravato and try to run down that 23. But let me tell you, that 23 is about 2 seconds up the road. Ben Bafford has a hefty gap going ahead here.
Yeah, but it's all from over. I mean, 10 laps to go this next time around, and 2 seconds, very manageable, especially if you're 2-3 tenths per lap. You'll be there at the end.
Easily possible here. Is now the battle for 11th and 10th here. It looks like Seth Hatchell going to take the position on Nick Starling here, trying to gain back those positions that he lost. He'll move up to 8th. I think he was running inside the top 5 when that happened. Eric Hutton takes the 5th position. Ryan Gemmel 6th. Faircloth 7th. I mean, Hatchell's going to have a long way to get back where he was. I don't think he's going to get up to where he was, but he can get up to 7th, I would think.
Yeah, and
Ortega with a good comeback right now after his early run, and he's missing the front clip off of that, and he's running in 8th, still looking strong. He's about a second and a half off the leader's pace, but into a good groove right now.
Yeah, behind him, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle Mcgarvey. How about Mcgarvey? He's going to get passed up by Hatchell now. Mcgarvey's been in the top 10 most of this race. Nick Starling right there behind him, going to close up and take a peek into turn number 1, but not going to be able to make the move time. But that'll be a battle to watch.
Wow. A heck of a run by Kyle again. I think he's more part-time. His brother tends to race a little bit more. Safe Aries has put it behind the wall there. But Kyle Mcgarvey having a solid run inside the top 10, or now just in 10th here, but Nick Starling's going to want to take that away. I will say, though, AJ Stravato is starting to reel in Ben Bafford. He was about 2 seconds behind. Now he's only 1.3 seconds behind. So maybe Stravato's starting to try to reel in there. As you can see Mayato get loose down the front straightaway. Ben Bafford might have burned up his tires. I don't think he has, but Bafford's definitely going to need to keep it. He's going to need to keep it calm, cool, and collected. He does not want to make a mistake, burn up any little bit of tire that he already has saved so far.
Yeah, these guys in 2nd and 3rd, I mean, they can get there, but they're going to have to push really hard to close up that 2.5 seconds. Bafford's been running very consistently 113.4s. Stravato last time a couple tenths faster than that, but the risk at road courses is if you push too hard to get to somebody, will you have anything left to even attempt a pass? Needs to be seen here. Less than 10 laps to go. Stravato running out of time. Mayato's not really gaining anymore. He's kind of matching lap times to Ben Bafford. So maybe the 36 struggling behind in the wake of that 33.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go on ahead. Sorry about that.
It's one thing to catch someone. It's another thing to pass them. And I know Ben won't go down fighting without a chance.
And Stravato's another guy that's very aggressive here, but I just think Bafford has too much of the pace there. He looks too comfortable right now, and I think Stravato starting to lose a little more time there. Bafford was about 4 tenths faster than him that lap. So Yeah, Bafford pretty much has this on cruise control right now. He just can't mess up. He doesn't want to mess this or throw away this race here. He's had a solid run. He's already taken about the most laps led. So, Bafford just needs to keep it calm. But he's going to take a lot of points away from AJ Strafato. He's going to most importantly take a win away from AJ Strafato. So, going to be interesting here.
Yeah, and Mayato had a really big slide out of turn 7 last lap. He lost about a half second to Ben Bafford in that span of just between turn 7 and the start-finish line.
Starling going under Mcgarvey here for the 10th position. Starling's going to take that one and take it away from the 42 and up ahead of them. Seth Hatchell and Reggie Ortega battling up through the S's.
Reggie just suffering from the aerodynamic issues there. No front end. Hatchell still has a clean race car, even though he spun. He's going to be right there, maybe make a move into the bus stop. Not really the best passing zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Good one. It's a good place to build the run there, but you can see just it looks like the weight behind these cars is just you can tell. They cannot close up there. I'd love to get on board with Seth Hatchell here and just see how that car is driving right behind Reggie Ortega here.
That car just made another spot, passing Eric Lambert for 13th, but still, don't know if that was the smartest move by him.
I don't think he's going to get many more positions there. I think he might be able to get Jeremiah, but Mcgarvey and Starling are battling. It's maybe his only other shot, but as you can just see here, we're on board with Seth Hatchell, that number 8 V-Speed machine. You can see he's just can't get the gas down. Maybe, like I said, that weight kind of affecting what's going on here. Going into turn 1 here, you can see gets on the brakes. This is where we're going to really be able to see it here is in these S's. These S's are one of the more faster, more technical corners with higher speeds. You can see loses the nose right there, just cannot get in the gas there. Surprised that we're having a little more aero problems than I thought we were going to be having, but, you know, just part of it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a new car track combo. You never know what it's going to do here exactly. But out in front, Strafato closes up a little bit. That time out of turn number 7, it was 1.8 seconds going into turn 7. And again, down the front stretch, Strafato a little bit quicker, 6/10 nearly that last lap. So, yeah.
I mean, six to go. It's time to use up all the tires you got. If you're Ben Bafford, I don't think you really want to use them up. You just want to kind of keep the pace you've been running. Only 1.4, 1.5 seconds ahead. He's not going to be losing that much time, as you can see. Oh, in turn 6 and 7, looks like Reggie Ortega goes wide now. Hatchell closing in right on that back bumper. Can he do anything? As you can see, Hatchell loses the nose a little bit.
You just can't get anything. Like I said, it's one thing to catch someone, but it's a whole different animal to try to get around him, especially with this dirty air. And
oh, he
uses the bumper.
Oh, he spins the 2, and he'll take that spot. I guess you just got to move him here. Hatchell get a little impatient now. Starling's going to look underneath Ortega, and he'll take that position for the night. That'll be for the 8th position now, or 9th position, excuse me. And now Ortega falls down back into 10th.
Could Zach Carr get to him now?
One driver we haven't talked too much about, sure. Dennis Faircloth. He's up here in 7th.
Yeah, and he started, I believe,
13th.
13? Oh, 13, up 6th position. That's really, really good. Quiet, solid night. Already, you can see he's used up that right side. But Sullivan, he doesn't have to worry about anybody behind him. The nearest car is 8 seconds behind, and the nearest car ahead of him is about 11 seconds ahead. So just need to keep it nice and calm. And a great rebound again for Ryan Gimmel after spinning, or half spinning, and getting into the inside guardrail down the backstretch. So great recoveries by some of these guys here. How about it, man?
Yeah, most of the drivers in the chase are going to gain points on Zach Carr tonight, which was not what we expected. The only ones not gaining points are going to be Dallas Sullivan and Simard and Kenny Bishop.
Yeah, Simard, Kenny Bishop, yeah.
But everybody else can be gaining points.
It's going to tighten up getting into Chicago, and I tell you, Chicago is going to be an awesome race because you can run anywhere around that track, and that wall is going to come in. So that, I tell you, Chicago is going to be a heck of a race. You are not going to want to miss that. And I tell you, another race you're not going to want to miss is going to be happening in the next hour or so. VSPEED After Dark.
Yeah,
Street stocks at Richmond. That'll be fun. Good old short track.
Is it Richmond Oval or is it a Richmond Road course?
It's Richmond Oval, just the regular Richmond.
That's going to be a lot of bumpers, that's for sure.
I got a
Ben. He's going to get one.
I've got a little wild card here, a little wrench to throw into the mix.
How about
these lap cars up the road from Ben
Oh.
Bafford. Got Dallas Sullivan probably about 10 seconds up the road, and he's been about 3 seconds a lap slower, and really struggling here as the run goes on. So it could be a factor.
It could affect Ben's air if he catches him in the right spot. If he doesn't, they'll probably just let him go and be really good sports about it, hopefully. But you don't want them to make a mistake. I think that's another thing Bafford doesn't want, is them to make a mistake right in front of him where it's going to cost him time and he's going to have to avoid. So looking behind there, these guys are going to be battling. They're battling for position. So Bafford's going to run up on them, but when and where does he run up on them? He's going to be probably catching him this next lap.
Yeah,
Tell you, the one spot he doesn't want to catch up these guys is going to be through the S's in the bus stop.
Mcgarvey goes wide. He's in the wall!
Oh my.
And Dallas, big wiggle down low too, but this is going to be the 77 off pace down the front stretch.
Bafford's going to easily get by the 77 here, I think. Oh, no, the 77's going to fight him. He'll probably go wide, let Ben have the inside here, and he will. Strafato kind of close the gap to only 1.2 seconds behind, but Stravato's going to also have to miss the 77. That's going to cost him a little bit, but Mayato's going to get trapped behind. He's going to lose a little time. Only 1.2 seconds here, coming to 2 laps to go.
Still another lap car up the road too, Dallas Sullivan. I mean,
Dallas is a chase driver, so I think he would probably want Strafato to finish second. I don't think he would want Strafato to win and open up that gap. But he's holding a decent enough pace where it might hold up Ben Bafford. Depends where Ben Bafford catches him, I think, is the real question here.
He's gonna start to feel the effects here pretty soon, though, at least of aerodynamics. I mean, see how far it is out the front. Yeah, he's about a half lap probably from starting to feel that understeer and that push from the front end of the race car. He might even feel it here in turn 7.
Oh, he definitely will. He's only about a second or two behind him, so he shouldn't. Yeah, he'll start feeling it here, but Dallas Sullivan's going to be an awesome guy, and just let him go and let these guys follow. Just let him battle it out for themselves, but he doesn't want to mess AJ Strafato up here. Bafford goes by cleanly. Strafato gonna make the corner, but now it's almost under a second here. Strafato is gonna have to push the heck out of that car to get anywhere, but Ben Bafford opening up a huge gap. Only 2 to go and up through the S's. Ben Bafford looking for his 2nd win of the season.
My pick, I think it was a great pick right now. You know, he is not, like we said all night, not a road course ringer. We were definitely expecting, you know, we got Hatchell, Zach Carr, the guy in second right behind his teammate AJ Strafato, but you know, the 23 just came out here. Wasn't the fastest at the start, but right before that competition caution, he really started to put in the work. And damn, that 23 has been on a roll.
Yes, he has.
Fastest in practice too. He didn't get the pole, but he was fastest in practice. So obviously the race pace is there. He's got a 1.2 second lead into turn 6. Coming back to the white flag.
Did you guys know AJ Allmendinger made up a 2nd gap on Ross Chastain at Coda this year? I don't know if Stravato's going to make up that much time. You can see he goes wide into turn 7, but white flag, 1 more lap to go. Ben Bafford leading the most laps, 1 lap to go for the Baff. Can he do it and get his 2nd career win and his 1st career win, I believe, on a road course?
Just pushing the crap out of that 23 Tesla machine. Might be the first time a Tesla has won in this series. Definitely a cool paint scheme. But 23 is on it. He was faster than the 33 last lap. He's just got 1 more time to get through the bus stop and carousel here, and he is home free. I think.
Plenty of corners to mess up, though. You never know what can happen. He's been pretty cool under pressure here tonight, though. Really, really good, smooth compared to the drivers behind him. He has not really been sliding the back end of that race car out of the carousel. Just a few more corners left. Ben Bafford for 2nd career win. AJ's probably going to be pretty happy with 2nd. You know, it's not a win, but plenty of points gained.
Points.
Zach Carr has made his way back up to 9th, though. So right behind his title competitor Hatchell, but out of the final turn, Ben Bafford, he is going to bring it home and win here in Watkins Glen for a 2nd win of the series. Congratulations.
Ben Bafford, 2nd win of the season.
AJ Strafato, Keith Mayato complete the podium. Angelo Ronis and Eric Hutton racing out of turn 7. It'll be Ronis and then Hutton, and then Gemmel solidly back here in 6th. No real competition for that spot. A great recovery by him. Dennis Faircloth just exiting turn 6.
Oh, the battle for 10th right now. Nick Starling and Reggie Ortega battling as they'll go into turn 6. Starling lost a little bit of ground off of turn 6, off of the carousel. Can Ortega keep it clean here? Starling's going to try. Go through 6, going into 7. What does Starling do? Starling's going to just miss the corner, not going to be enough. Ortega's going to hold on to 10th. Starling 11th. Jeremiah Vincent's going to bring her on 12th. Kyle Mcgarvey 13th. Dallas Sullivan will finish 14th. Lambert will finish, Mcgarvey 15th. Lambert 16th.
I think that was all the guys on the lead lap that finished right there. So
Ben Bafford is the winner. He is drifting it around the carousel. What a heck of a drift.
I think he likes to call himself the Drift King of iRacing. So
yeah.
So celebrating style there. But let's see if we can pull him in and the rest of our top 3 after a quick commercial break, and we'll hear from them and go through the full results from.
All right.
Back at the racetrack now, we're going to be pulling in our top 3 for interviews here. We're going to start with Keith Mayato, the 3rd place finisher here tonight. Keith, this is Adam, Alec, and Luke in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man, you started on the pole. You lead the first stint there up until the competition caution. Little issue on the pit stop, and you had to fight your way back up onto the podium, man. What was it like in the dirty air versus being out front? And is there anything you could have done to get up there?
Dirty air is definitely a thing. As soon as I was behind in 4th place, behind Ronis, AJ, and Ben there, it definitely tightened up. I don't think I probably would have had anything unless they made a few mistakes, but disappointing. You know, I was mistaking the brakes for the ARCA car, and I slid right through the whole thing, and kiboshed turn 1 as well. I thought I was going to run into Ben, so I had to make a last-minute adjustment.
Yeah, it definitely looked to be a struggle out there for everybody, and passing was at a premium, especially late in the going. But you're going to gain some points on Zach Carr, who came into this race with a really big advantage over everybody, most of the chase drivers. How do you feel about going out to Chicago for the next race?
Should be a lot of fun. Confident. Hopefully, I don't make any mistakes, and I should be in a good position, hopefully, to come out with a W. Right,
yeah, still looking for that first win of the season, but you're knocking on the door. A lot of podium finishes here late in the going this season. But third place tonight after starting on the pole, did lead 13 laps. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to everyone on my team. Yourself, Adam, and Luke and Alec for doing an awesome job on the broadcast. Everyone below double yellow, and yeah, shout out to the guys in the top 3, top 4. It was a fun race.
Awesome, Keith. Well, congrats on a strong run here tonight at Watkins Glen, and catch you next week for Chase race at Chicagoland.
Thanks, Adam.
Right, and now we're going to go to second place finisher. That is AJ Strafato. Alec, I believe you're with him.
I am AJ Stravato, the Italian stallion. You bring it home in second place here. It looks like you just, from what I can see, I'm going to assume aero push was a big thing in these cars. I know it's been a problem on some of the shorter tracks as well with this car, but do you think you could have had anything for Ben Bafford in the 23?
Yeah, if I just didn't drive like a total bitch the last 2 corners on the track, I think I would have caught him. But I don't know. I just took it a little bit too hard on the tires, I think, at the start of the run, so Ben kind of gapped me. And I was starting to catch him a little bit. It's just those last 2 corners, I was, like I said, just driving like a total girl. So take that as you will, but I'm a little disappointed in the way I was driving. I think towards the middle of the run, I got to be a little bit better. But, you know, Ben drove a hell of a race. I just got outdriven the entire time. I know Ben's a very slept-on road course racer, and he showed it, man. He kicked our ass, and, you know, I'm happy for him. But I finished second in the past 2 road races I've done, so I'm a little frustrated on that. But good points day, you know.
For sure. I mean, obviously, Zach, Seth had a little bit of issues in today's race. Seth bringing it home in 8th and Zach bringing it home 9th. So you're going to get a pretty decent amount of points on them going into Chicagoland next week. How do you feel about going once again to another 1.5 miles at Chicago, being a little more worn out with these cars? How do you feel about going out there next week?
Chicago's one of my favorite tracks. I really liked it in the Gen 6 car. I'm not sure how it'll drive in the next gen, but it'll be really interesting to see how it handles the bumps. And if you can kind of drive around the track a little bit, I kind of hope we can navigate a couple different lanes instead of just, you know, hugging the bottom and saving tires. But I think if we can get a decent run in there and kind of close the gap a little bit towards Zach, and I think Seth and Keith were a little bit ahead of me. I'm not 100% sure, but as long as you can close the gap slowly but surely, I think we'll have a shot just at the championship. And I like our shot at next week as well.
For sure, man. All right, but before we let you go and see you at Chicago, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just all the league admins for making this happen. You know, Nick, Zach, Timmy, all the guys. This is a lot of fun. They do a hell of a job. Below the double yellow, VSPEED, yourself, my team, Nexus Esports, and just everybody that makes this league happen. This is a lot of fun, and you know, it's good to race stress-free. You know, with all this Road to Pro stuff, it's been nice to just kind of kick back and relax on Tuesdays. So hopefully we can do well next week, and I'm looking forward to it.
Heck yeah, man. All right, well, we'll congratulations on your second place finish, man, and we'll see you in Chicago next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is second place for AJ Strafato. And now we're going to go to the race winner here tonight, and Luke.
Yeah, it's, we're here with race winner Ben Bafford. He was in that Tesla number 23. What did it take you tonight, Ben, to get it done?
Honestly, it was probably one of the worst handling cars I've ever driven in my life. But, you know, the Tesla Motors number 23 really got up to the front there. I'd like to thank Tesla for the great car tonight. You know, sounded good way down the straightaway. So
Elon's proud.
Elon Musk is proud.
Elon was proud. I think he just posted on Twitter that he really liked to see that 23 out front. You had the most laps led. Didn't have the pole position, though. You were stuck behind Keith there for the first run to the competition caution, but you started to close up a little bit and then had a great pit stop. Is that really what it took you to win it tonight?
Oh, yeah. Clean air was a lot. I wasn't expecting to be plowing tight behind somebody, but once I got out front, it was smooth sailing. It was just pretty balanced, but still drove like shit. So,
well, like AJ said, definitely one of the most slept-on road course drivers, but you really showed them how it's done tonight. Before I let you go, anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Alec Martinez. That's all.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Have a great night, Ben. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
All right, race
Wow,
winner
I
Ben
don't know what
Bafford.
to say.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
His second win of the season, and the only multi-time winner other than those big three top of the standings.
Yeah.
Driver not even in the chase, just score the points to get
Yeah.
up there in the top 12. But man, he's been a contender week in and week out as well. So,
I mean, if we look at it here, the 2 of the last 3 chase races that we've had have been won by non-chase contenders. Daytona was Joshua Abbey, and then obviously here being Ben Bafford. So, of course, Luke, shout out to the teammate. But yeah, what a heck of a race drove by Ben Bafford. Like I said, surprised that Arrow played as big of a role as it did. So, something interesting to look at. We'll see next week going into Chicago how these cars will react to that track, like AJ Stravato said. But I'm looking forward to it. The points they're gonna tighten up a little bit. So, yeah, I tell you, the season has been awesome, and I cannot wait to see what happens. And again, thank you to all the fans, all the viewers who are watching here, sticking by us every week in and week out, and obviously you, Adam, for having us in the booth. I do appreciate it, man. And it's been awesome this year, and I can't wait to see the rest of it.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys joining me up here. This was a fun one.
No, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Adam. Joining in late in the season, just kind of getting my feet wet here. Did the All-Star race, had a miss last week, but I'm really having a blast up here in the booth with you and Alec. But again, great race tonight by Ben, Stravato, and my auto. They really were the class acts tonight. But definitely, like you said, Alec, points are gonna tighten before
They
Chicago.
are. Before we get out there, Ben Bafford just said he'd like to apologize for his for his language. So we're all good though. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Again, Adam, thank you, and all the viewers that tune in. VSPEED After Dark going to be happening pretty soon. So yeah, tune in for that on Twitch TV/VSPEED Sim. Get to see most of these boys and maybe some other guys race at the old Richmond Raceway, short track racing. It's going to be good. So tune in there, and thank you for tuning in, Adam. Man, take it away, man.
Yeah, looking forward to that broadcast as well. Let's go through the results, final results from tonight's race. Ben Bafford, the race winner. Only one lead change scored on the board here tonight, and that was Bafford taking it through the pit cycle. AJ Stravato will come home in second. Mayato finishes in third. Angelo Ronas at fourth. Eric Hutton, another top 5 here to go 3 in a row in chase. Ryan Gemmel finishes 6th. Dennis Faircloth 7th. Seth Hatchell 8th. Zach Carr in 9th. Rounding out the top 10 tonight, Reggie Ortega.
And in 11th was Nick Starling. Jeremiah Vincent in 12th. Kyle Mcgarvey, after a solid run tonight, 13th. Dallas Sullivan, 14th. Kevin Mcgarvey, 15th. Eric Lambert, 16th. Seth Ferris is in 17th. Cody Atkins, 18th. Chris Simard, disappointing run, but I'm sure he'll be back next week for 19th. Timmy Emanuele will round up the top 20.
Yeah, we got the field here. The 21st position, we got Robert Gilmore, unfortunately 36 laps down. Kenneth Bishop right behind him, and then Zachary Smith 39 laps down. Bummer race for him, but those 3 definitely looking to bounce back next week.
23 drivers here tonight from Watkins Glen. This is race 15 out of the 20 race season. Just 5 more to go in the chase to see who's going to be champion of 5 here below the WATKINS Cup Series. Again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Make sure to like and subscribe. Catch us over on Twitch in a few moments with VSPEED After Dark. Everybody have a great night.